My name is Siobhan Mullen. I'm a performance artist. I work with Bbeyond in developing projects.
My name is Patterson, and I'm also a performance artist, and I was one of the initial founders of Bbeyond.
I wish to commend Bbeyond for bringing together practicing artists from around the world to consider new ways of working together, conceptually through discussions and intuitively through actions and collaboration.
We developed a symposium here at the University of Ulster in April 2017. The framework with this symposium was developed with Dr. Sherry Driver. At the opening of the symposium, the opening night here in the university, we screened the film version of the Equinox project. Everybody in their locations had screened a certain amount of footage, and we edited and put together this footage and compiled a 3-hour film that is shown here. This film is now travelling the world at different locations, in many ways it's been used as a research. At the opening panel of the symposium here at the University of Ulster, we had Kim Gurney from South Africa. It was a keynote speech. She'd recently written a book on performance action in the public space.
For myself, the experience of in-house was fundamental in completing a shift of perceptions of public space, already triggered by the preceding trio that you've heard about, what it is, who has access, and in particular, how it could be differently conceived as common space instead.
We also had artists from different global locations talking about their particular experience of what it was to make performance art in those locations. So we had Northern Ireland, Thailand, Quebec, Germany, and here groups working with the city here in Belfast.
Of all this space.
And human conditioning as well.
Yeah.
It's about human conditioning.
Yeah. And also many times the government are assumingly that they are protecting the privacy of individuals in the public, as versus to what the action that's taking place, because that might violate, a certain privacy of the others.
One of the questions that I suppose was the overriding question with the symposium was, can and does temporary performance action connect the public realm and the citizen? So we were interrogating this question through the symposium and through the workshop. So beginning on a practical way of interrogating that question was the right way to open the symposium.
I came to this event and also taught a workshop because I feel compelled to do more work in public. I've done it in the past. And hopefully, so is it real? So I came here because I knew that there was a really broad range of artists who did performance from all parts of the world coming. And artists of different age groups as well. So there was a lot of experience in this small space. People who grew up in really different political contexts, people who have used other kinds of media, who've worked on the street in really different ways. And I wanted an opportunity to hear how they thought about making performance in public.
My name is Ali, as well originally from Baghdad, living in Switzerland since 20 years with Watek, working in performance arts in 17 years. We are here same, doing workshop.
I just thought, I forgot what it was you'd asked now, but I thought just whatever you'd asked, it sort of
but or really the borders, but always.
When we work in the performance, like we react to each other, we see what's happening during, and we try to create pictures.
We ran the symposium at the Gargood Community Hub. We were interested in this space as it had been a former army barracks that had been transformed into a community shared space by people from all different communities in North Belfast and on an interface. So we were interested in the potential of working in a place that had already transformed space, and that seemed it just seemed appropriate for the dialogue we wanted to create. We were using open space technology, which allowed everybody to have a voice in the symposium. There was no hierarchy in those 2 days with the Gargood Hub. We all worked together in groups, developing questions and just the potential of how we could take this further and interrogating the public space and what were the freedoms around that. We produced a document over the 2 days, which is now available for research.
I mean, it wasn't so much also, what was interesting about the symposium, it wasn't maybe so much about getting answers to kind of questions, it was also even just making a question was even just as important, even if there was no answer, it doesn't matter about that.
We were looking into social, political freedom around public space and to interrogate that. And I suppose in many senses it was, can we reclaim our freedom in the public space and testing that freedom in the public space?
The time is so urgent that we need, and what you have been doing, I think, is recognizing that urgency of this, not that, or that, not this. Because the existential dilemma is still with us as artists, and to recognize the context of where we are and the thisness of everything we are doing.
Open Session is, I regard it as a sister organization to Bbeyond. The reason is like, when I'm here in Northern Ireland, Bbeyond is my performing art family.
Hey, why not make the best, the most intense, the most incredible monthly tomorrow?
Yes.
We are still together. You each, we are still together. Not we are same place, no difference.
Well, the performance that happened in the Saturday down in the Custom House Square, there was like 56 people making a performance that day, and it was like the largest group, and I think, of people making a public performance that I know of anyway. I think that, as I alluded to there, this came out of and the reason for using Custom House Square was a very poetic one in a sense, because it was the very first time that Bbeyond ever decided to work in public space. That was after a Boris Pinsoni workshop, and basically I got a good story to tell about that. So there was about 14 of us, like, after the workshop. We were all working together simultaneously, like the way the Black Market would do. And basically, this woman came running out of the Custom House Square office, and somebody then directed her towards me, and she came and she asked me, well, who gave you permission, to be in this space? And I go, oh, I didn't realize you needed permission for a public space. At the skateboarders, I said, well, did they get permission from you to do their skateboarding? Like, and she didn't say anything then. So then because then it was like, she noticed Alistair when he was dropping these kind of paper stuff on the thing, and it was been catching in the wind because the workshop was in March. And she said, oh, look at this, he's dropping the paper. I said, don't worry, we leave the place as we found it, like, there, we clean it up, like, And so then I said to her, so, oh, look, are those your flags? And there was like 4 big, huge flags flying, like, And she said, oh yes, there are flags. Like, and I said, yeah. I said, we're just doing what it says on your flag. And what it said on the flag was Laginside making Belfast your own. And what happened that day that we made the performance at the end of the Symposium is we definitely made Belfast our own that day.
discovery. D